On this episode of Off the Script, episode 142, part number 3 for your Sunday morning, I got news on John Cena and his first opponent for 2017. I'll give you one clue. It is not AJ Styles. I also got news on Charlotte and her undefeated pay-per-view winning streak. Is WWE going to use this to their advantage and build a storyline to go into WrestleMania 33? Also news on TNA and Billy Corgan and the latest about TNA fucking over Billy Corgan. Also, WWE Slam Crate by Loot Crate versus Wrestle Crate. Which one was better for the month of October? I got 2 unboxings for you right here on Off the Script.
JD from New York, 206. It's time for Off the Script. Big Show and Ryback, Strowman and Roman. Get off my fucking TV and save me the misery. And all you fucking goons, just grab a cold beer. The man of the hour is finally here. JD from New York, 206. It's time for Off the Script. JD from New York, 206. It's time for Off the Script.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is finally here. I have for you WWE Slam Crate. Look at that. Nice, sleek, black on black box. This is going to be fucking great, man. I have not looked in here yet. I legit got up this morning. The post office was open till 2 p.m. on Saturday morning. I'm recording this on Saturday morning for you guys. And I went to the post office after several failed attempts by our great mailmen here in New York City. And I got my Slam Crate, man. And we're going to be doing monthly, because I am officially partnered with Slam Crate, Loot Crate. I want to thank them for the opportunity to get this product out to you guys. And if you're interested in this, if you guys have gotten a Slam Crate, you let me know. If you guys are interested in this and you want to get this on a bi-monthly basis, this is a bi-monthly basis subscription. I'm going to save you some money, man. So if you guys want to go to the website and the link that I provide down in the description for you today and every day that I do a video, every weekend when I do Off the Script, it will be available. If you guys want to save money and you're interested in doing this, man, 10% off any of the 3 subscription services that they offer you bi-monthly, man. I'm going to save you 10% off. Use the coupon code JD from NY at checkout, and you're going to save 10% off on WWE Slam Crate by Loot Crate, man. That's a great fucking deal, and you're helping out the podcast, and you're getting my name and my channel and everything that I offer to you guys and what I do here out to a wider audience, man. So thank you so much to everybody that has checked it out. And if you're interested in what you see here, like I said, JD from NY at checkout. Now let's open this motherfucker, man. Also, we got Wrestle Crate as well. So let's see. Did they let us down? Is this box going to be like a Monday Night Raw? I don't know. Let's find out. Let's see, man. Oh, I see a shirt in here. It's probably going to be New Day orientated. Oh, what is this? This is a Loot Crate exclusive, I see. The New Day from the Bootyful Moments collection. I don't know what the fuck I'm going to do with this. It's staying in the box. You got the New Day on a fucking unicorn. Look at that. And then you got, it's a nice packaging. I mean, you got the New Day on the back there. You got the New Day logo on the side of the box. That's pretty much it, man. This is a Loot Crate exclusive, right from WWE. Right there. New Day, unicorn, action figure, statue, whatever the case may be. It's staying in the box, man. It's pretty cool, but I don't know what I'm going to do with that. So, you guys let me know what you think about that. We got a bunch of shit in here. Holy shit. What is this? What the hell is this, man? A Mitch plant kit. I think I've seen enough of the fucking potted plant Mitch. What is this? Am I really planting fucking seeds? 100% biodegradable bamboo pot. They give you a fucking whatever to put in here. And they give you a fucking potted plant named Mitch. Look at this fucking shit. You believe this shit? Are you kidding me? What am I going to do with a fucking potted plant? I'll put it over here on my desk. It'll give me a nice fluorescence when I fucking record. I don't know. Fuck out of here. Oh, what do we got? Oh, I think the Mundo Shades. The Mundo Shades gotta go away. Now I'm a boss. Look at me. Oh, yeah. How do I look? Huh? You fucking asshole. What do we got here? At least I got see-through these. The Mundo glasses I really can't see, man. What is this? Bada boom. Realest guys in the room. Look at that. That's a nice t-shirt, man. That's a nice fucking t-shirt. Bada boom. Realest guys in the room. This is, guys, I'm telling you. This is straight from WWE, man. This ain't no bullshit. I'm telling you. This is great. This is an authentic WWE t-shirt, man. Right from WWE shop. You can't get any better. This t-shirt alone is like $25. Easy. So, whatever you guys are doing, I'm going to save you money, man. Use the code. Use the code. That's fucking great, man. I'm going to be wearing that out. What else we got? We got a lot of shit in here, man. Ooh, this is heavy. This is fucking heavy, man. What do we got here? Throw this over there. I'll clean it up later. It's wrapped nicely. What do we got here, man? Ooh, what is this? I'm never going to use it. A Dean Ambrose belt buckle, man. Look at that. That's fucking great. And this is a Loot Crate exclusive. That's fucking, this is heavy, man. That's some quality shit right there. Look at that. I'm never going to wear it, but it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Where am I putting this? Over there. Get out of here. We got, what is this? We got an NXT iron-on patch. This is also from Loot Crate. Look at that, man. You know, when I was back in high school, I had my my JanSport backpack. I take to school every day, and I carry my books in it, get on the bus, get it, go to homeroom. I had my backpack. I had all band patches on my backpack because I thought that was cool back in the day, right? I had Testament, Machine Head, Cannibal Corpse, Soulfly, Sepultura, all those bands that I used to listen to back in the day. I still do now, but I thought that was cool back in the day, man. This is an iron-on patch. Sew it on, whatever you got to do. Whether you guys are a fan of NXT and you're going to school, you want to represent WWE, put that patch on your backpack, man. That's fucking sweet. I love that type of shit, so that's pretty cool. Ooh, look at this. At least they're paying homage. I'm going to keep this in the fucking thing, man. I'm not even opening this up. A fucking pin, and it's heavy, too. Nice weight to it. Of the old school Winged Eagle WWE Championship. Look at that. And on the back it says, the first. This is the first and only WWE Championship that matters, man. They should have brought this back modern day, modernized it for 2016, 2017, instead of making that ugly, disgusting red championship for the Universal Championship. Man, that is the belt that means everything in this business. The Hogan belt. That's going to be easily attributed to Hogan and the Ultimate Warrior era. Macho Man, Randy Savage. Fucking awesome, man. The Hogan Warrior era. Beautiful belt. Obviously, you guys can't see it now because I got my Funko Pops back there. But it's on my my dresser. We got an NXT card here. Austin Aries. Single card. Austin Aries. Sucks that he's out with injury. Nakamura fucked him up with that big boot right to the face. Tore his fucking eye socket out. Orbital fracture. He's done for about 2 months. And what else we got here, man? We got treat yourself to another crate. Look at this shit, man. It pretty much goes over everything that was in the box. That's fucking beast, man. So, I don't know, man. I'm pretty satisfied with this box. It's WWE shipment. If you're a WWE fan, obviously you're going to be excited about this, man. I love the glasses. You know me and my glasses. I got my fucking Johnny Mundo Lucha Underground glasses that I got from Loot Crate, that I got from Wrestle Crate. And I got these from Loot Crate. You got the Boss Sasha Banks glasses. That's pretty sweet, man. These glasses probably go for about, what, $8.99 on WWE Shop. The t-shirt goes for about $25. You know, the belt buckle was heavy, man. This is worth it, man. This is fun shit. I love doing this shit. And I want to thank Loot Crate again for seeking me out and sponsoring me, man. They know the power of Off The Script, and if you guys enjoy it, man, use the link down below. Use the coupon code down below. JD from NY, 10% off, man. That's fucking beast. Now we got Wrestle Crate, man. Which one is better? I kind of know what's in here, but some of you might not know. I seen Joe do his unboxing, Joe Cronin Show. And there's not much in this box, man, because this action figure alone is probably worth more than everything we just unboxed with Loot Crate. This is fucking great. T-shirt here. White, not my favorite color. I don't look good in white, but I'll tell you what. It's got AJ Styles on it, and it's fucking phenomenal, man. AJ Styles t-shirt with the prettiest move in all of WWE, the phenomenal forearm, man. That's a good fucking shirt, man. I'm going to be wearing that out to the bars. Hey, man, you like AJ Styles? Yeah, he's a fucking beast. What do we got here? We got a lapel, yeah, cheap pop Wrestle Crate exclusive. Number 2 of 4. Another pin. Steel chair. Look at that. That's pretty sweet, man. I like collecting these pins, man. From Loot Crate to Wrestle Crate, they got some good-looking fucking pins, man. And the main event for both of these fucking crates, this action figure has to cost more than everything that we unboxed together. This is fucking sweet. And I know Grimm's Toy Show is probably happy about this, man. Let me tear this plastic off here. This is fucking great. From Figures Toy Company, we have Rising Stars of Wrestling, AJ Styles, man. Look at the fucking design. Look at the characteristics of this action figure, man. You can look through the packaging. Let me take these glasses off. You can look through the packaging that they nailed every detail, man. That is fucking great. And on the back, you can see who else they got in the collection. Joey Ryan, Cliff Compton. You got Tama Tonga. You got Amber Gallows, Sami Callihan, Colt Cabana, Brian Cage, Eva Lise, Chris Hero, Matt and Nick Jackson, Doc Gallows, and obviously AJ Styles. Even got Kenny Omega, man. Look at that. AJ Styles themed Wrestle Crate. That is fucking great. If you guys want Wrestle Crate, I'm offering you 10% off, man. Coupon code JD sent me for 10% off, and they are a monthly service, so make sure you guys go and check them out as well. My boys over at Wrestle Crate doing a fine job as always. This is the best crate that they've done in a couple of months, man. I'll be honest with you. The last couple of ones were leading up to this. It was like a slow burn. This is fucking beast. The fact that they got this to get in their Ultimate Crate, everyone that ordered Ultimate Crate got this AJ Styles action figure, man. That is fucking unbelievable. That's going right up there next to everybody else that I got hanging up. I got Bo Dallas, I got Punk, I got Rusev, I got Bully Ray, I got Jay Lethal, who I also got in the Wrestle Crate. And I got the Battle Pack there, Rollins, Money in the Bank with Dean Ambrose, and I got a bunch of Funko Pop. Hey, Ed, let's get hooked up with some more Funko Pop, man. I still need Roman Reigns, I need Seth Rollins, you know? I would love some more Funko Pop, man. I'm fucking a sucker for these little fucking things, but this is great. Wrestle Crate beast. If I was to choose one, man, I love this. It's heavy, man. This is weight to it. I think the Wrestle Crate won out, man. I really think the Wrestle Crate beat out Slam Crate this month. Honestly. But let me know what you guys are thinking down below. Which one? If not, did you get both of them? Which one are you more interested in? Which one did you get? Like I said, if not, both of them. And let me know down in the comments, man. Unbelievable stuff. AJ Styles, Figures Toy Company action figure, beast. Wrestle Crate looks like they're up 1-0 in this war of crates for the month, man. Unbelievable stuff. Thank you guys. Hope you enjoyed that. Now, obviously, oh, JT, where's the news, man? I got news for you, motherfucker. Don't worry, it's coming up. Let's get into John Cena's first opponent for 2017. Yeah. Look at me. I'm a fucking boss. I don't need a gimmick to know I'm a boss. I don't need glasses to know I'm a boss. Off the Script is for bosses only. Let's get into the fucking news. John Cena's opponent already being talked about for the Royal Rumble 2017 in San Antonio, Texas at the Alamo Dome. Take this with a huge grain of salt, but before I read it, I will say this. I could definitely see this happening, and I could definitely see the name that I'm about to read to you take on John Cena in early 2017 to establish him as one of the brand's brightest stars. In Cena's absence, a lot of young WWE superstars have the opportunity to be in the spotlight and make themselves into stars. That was the initiative of the brand split, and hopefully WWE realizes that sooner rather than later. Many of them have already lined up and capitalized on the chance, but it's being rumored that WWE officials are looking at one in particular who is set to receive a massive push over the next several months and into the road to WrestleMania in Orlando next year. The young performer in question is indeed the lone wolf, Baron Corbin. At WWE Survivor Series, Raw and SmackDown will take on each other in a 5-on-5 Survivor Series match for bragging rights about which brand has the better roster. In a surprising pick, Baron Corbin will be one of SmackDown's 5 alongside AJ Styles, Dean Ambrose, Randy Orton, and Bray Wyatt. The Lone Wolf will be tested during that match and will likely be pushed heavily because WWE officials have big plans for him. A new report is claiming that Corbin's success at WWE Survivor Series and in Cena's absence will lead him entering a feud with John Cena himself at next year's WWE Royal Rumble pay-per-view. The huge opportunity for Corbin to wrestle Cena at the Royal Rumble is only magnified by next year's event being in San Antonio's Alamo Dome, which is expected to be the biggest and most important Royal Rumble in WWE history. In Cena's absence, a lot of young WWE superstars have the opportunity to be in the spotlight and make themselves into stars. Many of them have already capitalized on the chance, and it's being rumored now that, like I said, Baron Corbin is there, and he will take on John Cena. Now, I like this for the simple fact that Baron Corbin has the potential to be something great, especially on SmackDown. If this was reversed and he was on Monday Night Raw, or they didn't do the brand split, I think Baron Corbin would still be in the position that, say, Apollo Crews is in, man. And this is why I'm so frustrated with the direction of Apollo Crews. He's got all the tools in the world. If somebody in WWE wanted to pretty much take him and unleash what we know is in there, we got to get Apollo Crews on television. But it looks like they're starting with Baron Corbin first. Baron Corbin has the look. He has the size. You know, obviously, what I think he still needs to work on is his promo ability. He needs to control the audience a little bit more. You know, he needs to not sound so monotone when he talks. It doesn't sound natural. And I feel like, you know, the promos in WWE, I actually watched something by Adam from What Culture. And he mentioned something. It was like his pipe bomb video, I believe. It was very well done. I'll give him that. And I agree with him on a lot of stuff in that video. If you guys watch it, it's on What Culture's YouTube channel. But he mentioned that the guys in the Attitude Era, and this has been ongoing, Stone Cold talks about it, Jim Ross talks about it. These guys went out there and they were not given scripts. They were allowed to be within WWE guidelines and go out there and let their characters roam free. You know, it's tough to get across what a Bray Wyatt wants to say. It's tough to get across what an AJ Styles wants to say, or a Dean Ambrose, this lunatic fringe. It's tough to get those characters across when somebody else is writing for you. And I don't understand that, man. Why would WWE want their characters and their superstars so tied down to the point where they can't become the superstar that they are? It sucks that they got someone else writing for them, man. Like, those writers don't know the character. Those writers don't go in the ring. They don't breathe the character. They don't stand in front of the audience and act out the character. They don't maneuver in the ring. They're not physically wrestling and getting involved and in storylines. I mean, these are goons like we make fun of on the channel, on the podcast. These are goons with pocket protectors, with pens and laptops, right? And they're fucking typing away. Scripts. Full-blown scripts for these guys. And if you guys were on Twitter and on social media, there was a script leaked via Reddit that showed this past Monday's Raw with Jericho and Owens and Foley, and then out came Roman Reigns, and everything was just so fucking micromanaged. It was ridiculous. And then they leaked the script from back in the day, when Austin and The Rock and Foley and Triple H and Shawn Michaels are there, all the Attitude Era guys. They didn't write anything, man. They gave you sequences about what was coming up, who was supposed to come out, when the music hit, what was going to happen. There was nothing written out for what these guys were going to say. Now it's a different story, and It sucks and it's painful to watch. Because sometimes these guys, they can't get across what they want to say. It's not heartfelt. And we know by the way they're speaking that it's all manufactured coming from someone else's mind. Someone else's thoughts. It sucks. It really sucks. And that's Baron Corbin's downfall to me. That's his weakest part right now. He can get better in the ring. That will come with the experience that he's in there with. Working with a John Cena is going to get him over. People will take him seriously when he's in there with a John Cena. He needs to work on his promo abilities. Because I think, and I've been an advocate for Baron Corbin since, well before he was brought up to the main roster. And then when he was drafted to SmackDown, I'm like, I like this move. I like this move. I was worried early on, but now that I read this rumor, and again, take it with a grain of salt, this might not actually happen. But if it does, I think this is going to be good, and John Cena is primarily there now, because he's going to get the title back eventually. Have John Cena's role be put over the young guys, because they know what he is still worth, and that's a lot. And putting him in the ring with Baron Corbin will only do good. Now, if it happens, great. If not, I don't know where they go with Baron Corbin. He can have a big role in the Royal Rumble and build his presence there and go on one of those, I'm going to toss everybody out for the fucking 5 straight minutes and I'm going to dominate this ring type of deal. They could do that. But whatever the case may be, I like it. I think Baron Corbin has a tremendous upside. He's got the look. He's got the size. He's got the ring entrance. He's got the presence. He just needs to feel confident in front of that crowd, which I don't think he is completely right now. And him sounding monotones, gotta change. Somebody's got to work with him and have him sound a little bit more natural on the microphone. Backstage update on She Who Shall Not Be Named and her inevitable return to WWE television. Please, where's Lucille? Hit me over the head, please. I'd rather be Glenn right now than have this woman anywhere near SmackDown, and especially near a women's championship. Eva Marie is such a hot topic in WWE no matter what she does. I mean, of course she is. Every time you look at her Instagram, it's fucking her exposing her fucking massive jugs. Well, I mean, no wonder she's a topic of hot discussion. But she's not going to be hotter than Dana Brooke, apparently, this weekend, with the rumor going around that she's sleeping with a creative writer. So, Eva Marie might have to take a back seat. But regardless, people are still talking about her, and to the goons out there, well, if they're talking about her, then that means it's good. She's doing something right, man. No, she's not. She don't do anything right. She doesn't do anything right, man. She's disgusting to look at in the ring. I don't want to see her in the ring. I don't want to see her in the building. Never mind in the ring. But it's happening. It's inevitable. And it's just the bitter pill that we're going to have to swallow, people. So Eva Marie, no matter what she does, people talking about her, which is the definition of what WWE officials want in a superstar. Despite all the criticism of her in-ring skills or on-screen persona, she's able to make an impression with anything WWE gives her. That's a lot more than just being attractive, which she is. I'm not saying she's not attractive. But it's about having an it factor that you honestly can't teach. She may not be the best wrestler. She's not even a decent wrestler. She's not even a bad wrestler. She's below bad. Whatever the fucking word you want to use is, she's that word. But she's a positive influence on the company in a way that few performers are on WWE television. Unfortunately, she didn't do herself any favors by violating the WWE wellness policy. I heard there was some back and forth and a huge mix-up there. I didn't think she did it blatantly. I went to the source. I asked a few people within the industry that I know what the real reason is. It is what it is. It was just a bunch of miscommunication, and I don't think Eva Marie, even though I don't like her as an in-ring performer, I don't think she did it and failed for, say, like a Paige. Paige, to me, is blatantly trying to get fired. I think it was a genuine mix-up. But she failed and violated the wellness policy, which is, a sad state of affairs. It happened. But she simultaneously got a high-profile movie alongside Nicolas Cage. So she's starring in a high-profile role alongside Nicolas Cage. So Eva Marie found a way to use her time off on WWE television to her advantage. According to a recent report from Cage Side Seats, the filming on her movie has wrapped up, and her 30-day suspension within WWE has been over for a while. Her return to WWE programming is going to happen much sooner rather than later, and the expectation is that Eva Marie will be back on SmackDown within the next month or so. With such a high-profile movie coming up, it's likely she could be headed into a feud with Becky Lynch for the SmackDown Women's Championship as I blow my fucking brains out. Awesome. Awesome. So we go from Alexa Bliss and Becky Lynch to Becky Lynch and Eva Marie. Really? Really? It's coming. I'm not even going to be upset when it happens, man. I'm just going to pour myself a nice glass of bleach, and I'm going to film it for Twitter. That's it. When it happens, because you know what's coming. Eva Marie, whether you like her or not, coming back to SmackDown. Figured I'd let you guys know because, she's on the t-shirt, right? She's on the fucking t-shirt, so I got to report about it. Get the fuck off actually stay the fuck off my TV. Awesome. We got news here on Charlotte, and people are wondering why she's still undefeated for pay-per-views in WWE. And this would be the reason why. If I have my notes, did I delete it? Okay, here we go. WWE planning to use Charlotte Flair's pay-per-view win streak in major storyline heading into WrestleMania 33. That would make sense. I just don't understand, before I even read this, why WWE didn't think about that 2 months ago instead of flipping the title back and forth like a fucking coin between Charlotte and Sasha Banks. If I was booking, and if I was creatively writing, I would not have Charlotte lose the title, period. I don't give a shit how many people bitch, cry, moan, complain that Sasha Banks deserves the championship. Obviously, WWE has bigger plans that are much bigger than Sasha Banks. So why tease us and why lessen the prestige of the title? Because that's what it does. I don't take the women's championship seriously as I did. When you flip-flop it back and forth, the one thing that pops in my head is, wow, WWE creative is fucking retarded. How are you going to have Sasha Banks lose in her hometown? I mean, does that make any sense whatsoever? I mean, if you wanted to give it to her on that initial Raw after the draft, fine. Fine. She could have held it through August, September, and then come to October where she lost at Hell in a Cell because Charlotte was the better woman. Charlotte was the better woman. There's no outside interference from fucking Miss Botch herself, Dana Brooke, who's sleeping with every fucking creative writer that there is. She would have won it on her own because she's a big girl. And she's that damn good. I would have been okay with one title change, not back and forth. It's just fucking stupid. Now WWE is thinking about using this to their advantage. So obviously Sasha Banks is not getting any more title shots, or any more title reigns, I should say. I'm pretty sure we'll be seeing another Sasha Charlotte pay-per-view main event. TLC's coming up. Actually, no, TLC is SmackDown. Roadblock is coming up. I wouldn't be surprised if they book that match for Roadblock. Because, why not? I mean, is WWE this stupid? If they're building Charlotte versus Bayley slow, are they really going to give us Bayley versus, or Charlotte versus Bayley right away? What was that? What did I just say? Are they that stupid? Of course they are. Of course they're that stupid. So, nothing surprises me anymore, but they are using Charlotte's pay-per-view win streak in a major storyline heading into WrestleMania 33. According to Ringside News, WWE is now set on Charlotte's pay-per-view win streak as she is undefeated in singles competition for the fucking goons. Oh, she lost the tag team match on pay-per-view, man. Singles competition, clowns. I guess you didn't hear when I mentioned this in the Hell in the Cell review. So, continue to make sure that you want to be right over the content producer. I know what I'm talking about. I make blunders here and there, but I know that I said singles competition. Okay? So, the plan is to have Banks go against Bayley early on, which would allow for the two to have a good rivalry so WWE could get this out of the way. I wanted that to be the rivalry for the title, but fuck me. Throughout all of this, most imagine that Charlotte will continue to put up her women's championship against a slew of opponents. The plan is to have someone beat her down the line, most likely at WrestleMania 33. This is WWE's way of trying to build up Charlotte Flair as a legit star with the WWE, who could go down as one of the best ever in a group that includes Trish and Lita. Meanwhile, WWE also wants to have the women, or the woman who finally defeats Charlotte to get something out of this also, instead of just the title. Which I don't mind, but WWE should have thought about this months ago. Months ago they should have thought about this, instead of flip-flopping the title back and forth. They plan to build up the streak so that when she is beaten, it means a lot more for the winner. As of now, Bayley is the most likely One, we can expect to see win the women's title from Charlotte. This means that the planned Sasha-Bayley rivalry for WrestleMania 33 that literally everybody has been wanting and talking about might be off the card in order to give us Bayley versus Charlotte. This is quite a change, but one that makes a lot of sense. Charlotte gets a ton out of this by becoming an almost unbeatable champion on pay-per-view, while every challenger comes close but is unable to dethrone her. That only continues to build until someone does beat her. It's good psychology, man. It really is good psychology. And you know what? Charlotte, I understand what they're trying to do here. And if you're going to have her on Monday Night Raw and you're going to have her maybe lose here and there, the idea of, you know what, maybe a champion shouldn't be losing. And I agree, champions should not be losing. If you're in a singles match on Monday Night Raw, you need to assert dominance. So if they're going to do this, they need to go all the way. They need to have Charlotte remain unbeaten until WrestleMania. That's not no bullshit loss on Monday Night Raw. There's no taking a pinfall in a tag team match. If you want Charlotte to be this dominant woman in the division, she needs to show it, and you need to book and produce and script accordingly. So when you get to WrestleMania 33, well, Charlotte hasn't lost since October. Charlotte hasn't lost since such and such date. When she gets to WrestleMania, she will fail and Bayley will beat her, or whoever beats her, and it's going to be great. I like the idea. I just wish WWE thought about this or had plans thought out instead of week to week for them to do this. Because right now, like I said, it just doesn't make any sense that they flip-flop the titles back and forth. And I guarantee you, this was something that they thought of right after Hell in a Cell, because people were talking about, oh, Charlotte's still undefeated at pay-per-views. So WWE's like, maybe we should use this to our advantage. That's all that happened. This wasn't planned. This was right out of Hell in a Cell. They thought about this. So imagine what that would do to the person who finally takes her out on pay-per-view, especially if it happens at WrestleMania. Let's just say Bayley is the person to do it. This automatically shoots her to stardom on Monday Night Raw because she beat the unstoppable champion who simply cannot lose on pay-per-view. Charlotte has been beaten before, but when it never happens in major events, it makes her a clear star. If WWE wants her to take a pinfall on Raw or lose in some cheap way, and then when she gets to pay-per-view, the people are probably going to be saying, you know what, when it really counts, there's nobody better than Charlotte. They'll probably use that analogy, or they'll probably use that terminology. When the big match situation happens, Charlotte is always come to get business done, and she's undefeated, man. There's nobody better than her in big match situations. So they'll probably use that whole motto and that whole presentation around that. But Charlotte has been beaten before, but it never happens at major events where she loses. So whoever does is definitely going to get a huge rub off of it. In the world of sports, pay-per-view fights are the place where the big money is made and stars are born. You could be on HBO or Showtime and do fine there, but the real stardom is in the pay-per-view fights, and the winners of those fights go far and become legends. Charlotte may not win WWE, or may not win on WWE Raw every week, but she wins when it counts most, and that is in a big match situation on pay-per-view. This makes her a credible threat and allows her to dictate her own terms. Since WWE tends to normally have titles defended on pay-per-view and not television, this clearly works to Charlotte's benefit for a while. Of course, whoever beats her gets a lot from it too, so there is an incentive for WWE to continue down the path of having Charlotte Flair continue to win on the big stage. This makes dethroning her a big deal and a huge storyline. While it's by no means the kind of streak The Undertaker had, for women, this might be the biggest win streak they've ever seen in the division. I like the idea of it. I just wish WWE thought about this before playing hot potato with the fucking women's championship. That I don't like. That just goes to show me and everybody else with a fucking brain that writing and scripting and planning for storylines in WWE is fucked up. They don't know what the fuck they're doing, and they're merely booking week to week. Now, as far as the women goes, okay, there were several interesting ideas revealed after Hell in a Cell happened, okay? Much of the debate heading into Hell in a Cell, speaking of Charlotte and Sasha Banks, centered around which match would main event. Obviously, that was Charlotte and Sasha Banks. Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins, obviously two main event guys. The match that they put on at Hell in a Cell was definitely worthy of a Hell in a Cell. So it was the night before Vince McMahon finally decided, you know what, it's going to be Sasha and Charlotte. and Vince gave them the nod for the pay-per-view. However, deciding which match should close out Hell in a Cell wasn't the only source of discussion on Sunday in Boston with higher WWE officials. According to Daily Wrestling News, there was a lot of talk backstage before the show about introducing blood into the women's championship match at Hell in a Cell. A portion of the WWE management felt that some measure of red was needed. I don't give a fuck who's in the ring. Some measure of blood in any of those matches was needed. You know? But no blood was seen on any match except for maybe a cut or a gash. Nobody was bleeding. You know? Nobody showed scars of war coming out of Hell in a Cell. I mean, for the love of Christ, they came out on Monday Night Raw. They didn't sell a goddamn fucking injury. Nobody limped. Nobody had a bandage. Nobody had a bruise. Nothing. They came out. I'm the U.S. champion. I'm Roman Reigns. You know? Kevin Owens came out in a fucking suit. I mean, he went through a fucking table. 2 of them. From a powerbomb from the ring to the outside with 2 tables propped up against the cage. Come out with a neck brace or something. You know? At least motion that you got a stiff neck. Nothing. It's like these guys went into the fucking playground and fucking started playing on the monkey bars. Absolutely nothing. So there was talk of adding red, and they felt that it was needed to amp up the importance of the match, especially Hell in a Cell, while some were more concerned about the safety of the 2 competitors. Why are you having Hell in a Cell if you're not going to respect what the cage is? WWE blatantly disrespected Hell in a Cell and continued to do so, which begs the question, why the fuck are you even having this pay-per-view? You know? Oh, it's October. Oh, it's hell. We're gonna put our wrestlers through hell and it fills out the whole scary theme. Get the fuck out of here, man. Are you kidding me? So as seen during the match, there was no blood. None whatsoever in either of these matches. But there was plenty of high-risk spots, some of which weren't executed properly. In fact, very poorly. There was a genuine worry hovering over the backstage area in the days leading up to Hell in a Cell due to a feeling that Sasha and Charlotte would put their health at risk to make sure the match was memorable. Hell in a Cell between these 2 women was nothing more than an Extreme Rules match that we see in March or April following WrestleMania, with a cage surrounding them to amp up the importance. The cage wasn't even used. The cage wasn't even used outside the basic spots, and I mean the very basic spots. So why? Why are you giving me this match inside Hell in a Cell? It was pathetic. It was absolutely pathetic. Women, and I'm not going to talk about this again, they are structured differently than men. I don't mind women doing a fucking Extreme Rules match, or a ladder match, a Money in the Bank match, a Queen of the Ring tournament, something along those lines. But going into Hell in a Cell and bypassing all of that for the sake of making history? Meanwhile, you have no division as it is? This division in Revolution is built off the back of 2 women. You even excluded Bayley for the time being. Where's the other women that wanted to partake in this revolution? It's not a revolution, it's not history, and this is WWE clinging to something because they absolutely have nothing else on television to grab people's attention. So they're using the women as nothing but fucking puppets and putting them in this cage and making you believe, brainwashing you, that it is of great importance. This match, listen, from the intros to the introduction, the entrances, and the whole hype behind it, it reeked of main event. It was a B-level pay-per-view. I don't mind that they main event. This is probably not the last time, and hopefully not the last time we'll see the women main event. But as far as match quality goes, the Universal Championship is the #1 championship on Raw. Now, I understand that storyline between Owens and Rollins isn't really doing anything. I mean, I didn't give a fuck about it. Everybody cared about the list more than they did anything else, including the championship and the 2 performers in that match. But what those guys gave you inside that cage, I mean, it didn't live up to unbelievable Hell in a Cell expectations, but at least they paid some type of homage to the cell. What they did in the ring was main event worthy. The women busted their ass. I want to see women at least build and lead up to that type of match. It didn't warrant Hell in a Cell. The feud did not need Hell in a Cell. These women did not have a boiling rivalry that needed to where they needed to be enclosed in this structure. You know, it is what it is. That's just my opinion. That is just my opinion. And the same could be said about every other match that we've seen in Hell in a Cell in recent memory. They don't belong there. The only match of recent memory that belonged in Hell in a Cell was Undertaker and Brock Lesnar. But those two superstars of that magnitude, and what happened with the streak, that called for Hell in a Cell. That needed Hell in a Cell. It was the fucking final curtain on that feud. That's why Hell in a Cell was important on that night. On this night, it was not. The women's match wasn't the only one that had officials scrambling until the 11th hour. It's WWE. They always scramble to the 11th hour. DWN also reports that the WWE Universal Championship match caused some contention behind the scenes as well. Officials had every intention of including Jericho in the match somehow, but it wasn't until last minute that a final decision was made. As seen, Jericho made an appearance during the match when the door to Hell in a Cell was left open because the referee got sprayed in the eyes with the fire extinguisher. And the dumbass referee gets in there and he's attending to the other one, and Jericho seen this as an opportunity to get in there. He locked himself inside with the key of Jericho, and the structure, was locked, and the key was in Jericho's possession, and no other official had another key. They didn't have a spare key. No spare keys were made on this night. They got one fucking key. Obviously, that you figured they would have thought of something to prevent outside interference, but WWE doesn't go that far. But he was in the match. It became, realistically, a handicap match with the Hell in a Cell. So, Jericho wasn't the only person discussed as it pertained to someone interfering in that match either. There was some discussion centered around having the idea of Triple H run in, which I'm glad he didn't. But that, too, ended up being scrapped. One thought was because Owens and Rollins did not main event Hell in a Cell pay-per-view, and it wouldn't make much sense to include Triple H if it wasn't the main event that was planned from the beginning. So, they preferred to save him for another show. The plan, though, remains to book Triple H for Seth Rollins in a feud to culminate at WrestleMania. There have also been whispers and rumors that their first singles match could be pushed up to the Royal Rumble. Whether Rollins gets another opportunity or not at the Universal Championship remains to be seen, but if he does before the year is out, it's more likely Hunter will cost him the match at that point to further set up a showdown between the two. Lastly, there was a genuine consideration given to a tag team title switch at Hell in a Cell where Cesaro and Sheamus would have become champions. Obviously, that did not happen either, but WWE officials are impressed with the strange bedfellowing pairing and expect them to stay together for the rest of 2016 at least. Officials want the New Day to break the title reign held by the Demolition, but they didn't want to make Cesaro and Sheamus look bad either. They should have thought of this before they booked the match, which I'm assuming they did not. And that is why the finish was booked the way it was. All in all, plenty of decisions weren't finalized until Sunday right before the show. Not totally uncommon, but generally not this many either. So obviously WWE, with 5 weeks of build, still scrambling at the last minute to get things done. Who the fuck is overseeing things backstage, and why is it so chaotic? I mean, if you're booking a pay-per-view, shouldn't you have the rest of the year build? Shouldn't you have the rest of the year planned out? Why is this so difficult? I don't get it. You have a half a fucking roster, and you can't plan out what you want for the remainder of the year? Give me a fucking break, WWE. Absolutely fucking retarded. And finally, to end the podcast this weekend, what do I say about Billy Corgan and TNA and Dixie Carter? I really don't care. I honestly do not even want to cover this story. I just don't care. From what I read here, they fucked over Billy. They fucked over someone who loves wrestling, who I didn't think had any intent to undermine anybody. He genuinely loved wrestling. He's seen and in with TNA. He had his own promotion, right? He was booking and planning and funding his own independent promotion. He's seen a welcome to TNA. And he became a creative writer. TV got a little bit better. He eventually wanted to up his position to president. He said, you know what, this company is struggling financially. Maybe I can fund this company in hopes that, I turn it around. I start booking shows creatively and giving people the shows that they want and deserve and start turning this thing around slowly but surely. I figured everybody within the company, the roster, the performers, the backstage crew, Dixie, John Gaborik, everybody involved would have seen the level of passion and dedication that Billy Corgan is giving to them out of the goodness of his heart to keep this company afloat. You know, maybe some debt of gratitude would be paid to this man about keeping this company afloat for the time that he did. Because realistically, without Billy Corgan, we might not even get a TNA for half of this year. He directly funded them and kept them in business. I think that's a swell way. I think that speaks volumes of his character. In a day and age where you're going to give money to people you really don't know, I mean, who gives away that type of money? You know? Now, obviously, Billy Corgan gave that money and raised his stock in the company with hopes and aspirations of becoming president. Now, I understand that. And someone like me would have done the same thing. He felt like everybody at least respected him and seen the good deeds that he was trying to do. But now that Dixie Carter has lied and bullshitted and flat out said that this guy's not getting his money back, and they fucking undermined him with emails and, you know, they're all nice and chatty and respectful in front of his face, but Dixie Carter behind the scenes saying Billy Corgan is never going to be president, was never president. He wasn't even in consideration to be president. What? If Billy Corgan found this all out, if someone like me or you or anybody else in his position found this out, of course I'd want my money back. Fuck you. Fuck you. Seriously. TNA Wrestling has had issues for some time now, and it seemed that despite some good things occurring recently, the company may have issues surviving going forward. Both Billy Corgan and Dixie Carter have attempted to make TNA into something better, but Carter's horrible business decisions put TNA behind for a while. Corgan came in as an investor to hopefully help the business going forward, and he even saved TNA on multiple occasions. He saw all of this and knew if he could get control of TNA, he could save it. It's all he wanted. He loved this company so much that he funded it and wanted to save it. They even publicly stated Dixie is going to take a lesser role. She is not going to be in charge of creative any longer. Day-to-day operations are going to Billy Corgan. There was an official announcement about this. All he wanted was for his money to be put to good use because he wanted to save TNA. That's all he wanted. That is all he wanted. He's seen the potential. He knows the talent. He wanted to save it and put his own stamp on it and take it back to somewhere at least relatively in the ballpark of what they were producing when they were actually watchable. While saving TNA at this point is a laughable venture to some, he felt that with some control, he might be able to do it. So he decided to sue, but badly and sadly, the case did not go his way. This week, the verdict was handed down. This left Corgan in a bad position because it meant that he was pretty much done with TNA. Now, of course, he is fighting this entire thing and told TMZ he might go after TNA yet again, mainly because he feels he is owed money. As part of TNA and in a controlling area, paying him back would take time, being that they have no money to give their own fucking talent, never mind Billy Corgan, but it would not be a nasty situation. Unfortunately, though, it is not looking good. The two sides are in a bad split, and Corgan is owed money, and that he wants back by any means necessary. That is not all that is going on in TNA Wrestling, though. They have now found someone, yet again, to save their ass, that is helping them financially, and apparently they made a deal with Anthem Sports and Entertainment, and they sent out this press release to let people know on the situation. Anthem Sports and Entertainment Corporation and Impact Ventures, the parent company of TNA Impact Wrestling, today, or this week I should say, announced that Anthem has provided a credit facility to TNA to fund operations. Anthem Sports and Entertainment Corp is a global sports media company that operates the Fight Network, Impact Wrestling's exclusive broadcaster in Canada, as well as the exclusive worldwide digital streaming partner for all TNA programming. It is also an equity stakeholder of Impact Ventures. The agreement includes the appointment of Anthem Executive Vice President Ed Nordholm to the Impact Ventures Board of Managers. The company will be managed by the board with Mr. Nordholm representing the board on all major operating and restructuring decisions. Dixie will continue as the chair of the company as well as her position on the board of managers. Billy Corgan is no longer with the company. We had a successful long-term partnership with Fight Network as our Canadian broadcaster and more recently as our global digital partner, said Dixie Carter. Anthem's team has extensive media experience and I am excited to have that available to us as we plan for the future. We have consistently maintained that investing in content as we grow our distribution is important as a strategic necessity, and working more closely with a strong brand like TNA is in line with that. The financing is an extension of support we have been providing since the beginning of the year, says Leonard Asper, CEO of Anthem. There are tremendous opportunities to support the company's growth on all platforms and in all media alongside Dixie and the incredible talent and staff at TNA, end quote. What does this all mean? A couple of things. Firstly, it tells us that Billy Corgan is obviously getting fucked over. He's not with TNA any longer, which is very important to know. Meanwhile, it also tells us that Dixie is still with TNA, but she has her roles that kept her out of the way. Now, she'll have to say, or she'll have some say on some things, but it seems like her role is not creative or of anything really of note. This was sort of the role she had when Billy took over as TNA president, which left Billy with most of the control when it came to the content. However, this does not mean Anthem will fund TNA forever. This gives them a window to hopefully run with the financial assistance that they have by paying off their debts and settling out different issues. This may also allow them to pay talent on time and make sure that shows happen in the new year. However, this assistance does come with a price. One would imagine that Anthem will want to work their way to taking over the business. The really interesting question remains, who will truly run the creative side of TNA going forward? I'm going to raise my hand. You can give me a call. Actually, call me and Joe. We'll go down there. We'll fucking creatively write. We'll fucking broadcast. We'll do everything, man. We'll take TNA to the new level. Seriously. I'm dead serious, man. Pull me out of New York. Move me to Orlando. We'll make TNA the fucking best it's been in years. Honestly. I truly believe that me and Joe can do that. Obviously, I'd have to brush up on the fucking talent and the storylines, but I mean, I would love to fucking completely wipe the slate clean, restart everything, man. Strip everybody of the championship, start new, change the name, everything. Bring me in. Bring me and Joe in. I like it. Billy Corgan was handling this area before departing, so all of these stories, all the titles and ideas, where do they go? They disappear? Who knows? There will be a lot of interesting things that will go down in 2017, mainly because the direction of the company is still not yet fully known. I feel sorry for Billy Corgan, man. I really do. I honestly really do. And this is all I'm going to say about this. I know a lot of people reportedly were wanting Billy to take over because they liked the direction that he was heading with the company. And now that you've had Mike Bennett come out and say, whoa, back to bad business practices, his wife, Maria Kanellis, is thinking about leaving the fucking business altogether. You know, there's got to be a fucking demoralizing aspect to that locker room in TNA. It really does. They still don't know what is going on. They honestly don't know what's going on. Just by the way, Billy befriended everybody and gained their trust. Now they see this fucking terrible shit happening with him. Who's to say those people don't want to be with TNA anymore? Who says that they want to be there, I should say? You know, they all may want to end up fucking backing out, becoming free agents, going elsewhere to get paid on time, and to work with people that actually respect this business. Looks like Dixie Carter don't respect this business or this brand, period. It's all about Dixie, Dixie, Dixie. As long as Dixie's in power, as long as Dixie's going to be making a paycheck at the end of the fucking month, which I heard she's not been making anything at all with this entire bullshit going on. She hasn't fucking gotten paid since the summer. I would leave. The talent doesn't know what's going on. Find somewhere else to work. Fuck them over big time. Because without true talent, true power in the talent, what do they got? They got these people backing them financially, funding their shows, but if there's no wrestlers to put on shows, who are you going to get? Honestly, TNA is fucked up. They did this to Billy Corgan. I feel sorry for him. And if I was him, I'd want my money back too, man. I don't know the legality of it. I'm not going to dive into it. If you guys want something like that, Solid Monsters covered you all on that fucking brilliantly. Go listen to him, but it is what it is, man. TNA just sounds completely fucked up. And if you are anybody in this business looking for work, one question: why would you ever go to TNA knowing that this shit is going on the way they undermined Billy Corgan? It's a mess, and it will continue to be a mess into 2017. Thank you guys so much for everything, man. Hope you enjoyed the unboxings. Follow me on Twitter at JD from NY206. Subscribe to the YouTube channel if you have not done so already. Make sure you guys check out my brother's band and his t-shirts down below. Bandcamp, Legionaries homepage for merchandise and music. Make sure you guys check out the Patreon to support the channel. If you guys want to support monthly, patreon.com/JD from NY206. And get your t-shirts, man. Barbershopwindow.com. Off the Script. Just type in Off the Script on the homepage, the search bar, and you'll be taken right to my online shop. Wherever you are, you're going to get your t-shirts, man, because they ship worldwide. I'll be back with more 2K17 content coming up this week and more WWE news and rumors right here on my channel. Thank you guys so much. If you enjoyed the video, hit that thumbs up, and I will see you all next week for Off the Script. Until then, I'm JD. I'll see you guys soon. Make it a great week.